Welcome to the Leadership and Learning Podcast with Dr. JBT, where we dive deep into the art of leadership for emerging and advancing leaders. Whether you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your skills, this podcast is your go-to resource. We'll explore real-world scenarios, actionable solutions, and expert advice with insights drawn from Dr. JBT's own experiences and interviews with seasoned leaders. If you're serious about growing as a leader, you've come to the right place. This is Dr. JBT with Leadership and Learning. Today, we're continuing the dialogue on motivation. We know it is complex. Here's another foundational aspect of motivation. There are 3 areas that impact motivation in the workplace: organizational issues, job issues, and leader issues. Let's start with organizational issues. These are high-level concerns for your employee. These could include compensation, benefits, or career opportunities. I don't know about you, but now that salaries are required to be on job postings in California, I have motivational challenges with team members. People want to know why their job is paid less than another. I have also had team members apply to jobs that they don't necessarily want just because it's the only opportunity to make more money and advance their career. This is a lose-lose scenario. As a leader, you need to be comfortable talking about compensation. If we don't understand the why they are getting paid what they're paid, then we need to meet with HR. We need to learn the why, because it is us as the leader that is going to have this conversation with the team member, not HR. Now, if we do understand the why that they are paid their salary, then let's take the time to explain it. I have personally worked for leaders who made me feel guilty for asking questions about my salary. I will not forget those horrible conversations. Please do not be that leader. Be comfortable talking about salary. Even if you can't change it, explain the why. People want understanding on this topic, and it is a sensitive topic. It's hard for people to bring up with their leader, but leaders cannot shy away from talking about it. Explain the why. I also mentioned career opportunities, but we're going to get into career opportunities in a future episode, so more to come later on that one. Let's jump to job issues. Job issues are work schedules, challenging work, opportunities to learn, and there's so much to say on this one. I'm passionate about this one. First, COVID and Gen Z have changed the workplace, and we cannot function as we always have functioned. COVID proved that we can work remote and still be productive. So I don't understand the whole race back to face. That's not me, but I get it that you might not be able to control this one. Your organization might be saying you have to come back full-time face-to-face. So I encourage you to ask yourself, where can you be flexible? And then be flexible. One of the big mistakes leaders make here is not being flexible. I had an employee once who needed to, and this was kind of like post-COVID, but not now, okay? But she needed to pick up her kids from school at a certain time. And it was more than the 10-minute break in the afternoon that they're allotted. And I could have said, no, I won't approve it. But I thought, why? She was willing to add on additional time at the end of the day, so extending her work day so she could pick up her kid at school. Now, her 8-hour day didn't align perfectly with the morning and afternoon 10-minute break and 30-minute lunch, but she still put in her 8-hour day and she was in compliance. And guess what? When I said yes, she appreciated the job even more because I was willing to work with her and her family life. And this is a win-win. Be flexible where you can be flexible. Again, I recognize it's not always in your authority to make those decisions, but when it is, be flexible. The next thing in job is around opportunities to learn, and people want to learn and grow. So ask yourself, what opportunities are you providing for them to learn and grow? This summer, I'm super excited. I'm working with one of my leaders who is super techie, and I asked her to lead a mini series on AI in the workplace. And she's going to lead several 15 to 20-minute sessions on AI. And this type of opportunity to learn motivates people because it shows that I, as the leader, am invested in their development, even if it isn't directly connected to their role. So I ask you, what are you doing to create learning opportunities for your team members? The last one that impacts motivation is you. Leader issues. How are you treating your team? Can they trust you? Do they look at you as a trustworthy leader? Do you engage with them in collaboratively solving problems? Do you offer encouragement and recognition? Do you coach them? Now, sometimes leaders think that their teams need to toughen up and push through, just like they did. And I'm not going to say that this thought that doesn't enter my mind. I'm a Gen X leader. We're known for pushing through. It's what we do. But I have to stop and reflect on my end goal. And I need them to be motivated for the work that they do. And if I come at them with harsh words and critique, they might shut down. Where does that get me? It doesn't help me. Again, I need them to be motivated. I got to think about my end game. I was talking the other day with a colleague and he mentioned, well, shouldn't their paycheck be enough recognition? And I've actually heard this from many leaders. I've had leaders say this to me, and I'm not saying that I totally disagree, but guess what? It doesn't work. We have to think about our end goal. What is our end goal? They need to be motivated for the work that they do. It isn't about me. It's about them. I need team members to be motivated on the work. So 15 years ago, I put into place a practice. I committed to writing 3 handwritten notes of encouragement to team members or peers every week. Now, I'm going to be honest and transparent here. I have not been successful with this for the last 15 years. There have been plenty of weeks where I have not written any letters. There's been weeks where I've only written one. There's weeks where I've said, let me just do email because it's easier. But because of this goal, I have written many. And I remember a few years back walking into someone's office and she had my note pinned up by her computer. And I stopped. I was wowed. It really did. It caused me to pause. It meant so much that she put it where she could see it every day. Every day. Please, leaders, do not underestimate the impact of kind words, of an extra gesture. They make a difference and they motivate your team. Quick recap on this episode. 3 areas in the workplace that impact motivation are organizational issues, job issues, and leader issues. In my next episode, I'll provide more examples that you can take and apply to your team and your workplace. Leadership and Learning with Dr. JBT, signing off.